Hey, pre-notification gang. Thanks, the resub rogue. Thanks, the resub Megap. Did I see the Evo stuff? No, what Evo stuff? Thanks, the resub. Wallbash and D-Storm. And Sunny. And Dankin. Oh, is the game not very good, Dankin? Uh-oh. Thanks, the resub. Elite, Skywalker, Red, and the Bits West. And the resub Neutrino, Dallas, Brina, Pro Gamer, Dumpy, and Tier 1 Smooth. And the resub Anna. Yeah, playing Atomic Heart tonight. It's downloading. Whoops, wrong thing. It's downloading. Thanks, the resub Swiggity, Sunny, and Luckett. And the gift sub Jet Plane. Did you hear that the TikTok psychic lost her trial and is trying to leave the country? No, I didn't. Really? Thanks for 5 gift subs Mood and the resub Beans, Tattoo, and Cliff. Holy shit, wait, this is huge. What was her name again? I haven't checked in on her in like 2 months. It was like Ashley something. Ashley's in the Book of Life. Oh, oh shit. Wait, that's huge. Thanks to Tier 1 Judge. And the resub Shaq, Raptor, Cass, Bread, and the Prime Crimson. Where is it? So she's talking about having lost on her TikTok, but I don't see any news articles about her losing. So, here. I guess I'll just watch. Wow, she's posted a fucking ton. I was legally evicted by her apartment.
I've literally been through one of the worst experiences of my life here in Texas, and I never want to come back here ever again.
Okay, so she got evicted.
Okay, so the scheme was that Metro Greenway Apartments in Houston, Texas, and the judges at the Justice of the Peace Courts in Harris County, Texas, in Houston, they came together by way of the property manager, Kirby Halbert, and
Okay, still evicted. Once again, explaining why she got evicted. But where does it say, like, the case? Thanks, resub Colonel, BKF, Iris, Hoops, and the gift sub Smooth, and the 5 gift subs Ollie. Hey, or 7 gift subs Ollie. Thank you, Ollie. I lost again.
So I'm no longer at this time posting on social media because I simply did not have the energy to. But in the background, before this time, I was working on a daily basis on my answer to the lawsuit regarding the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students.
Right.
In my answer, I wanted to detail what exactly happened. So I'm digging into my spiritual right brain to write that part, and I'm digging into my...
Okay, she hasn't lost yet, but she's still trying to flee. Thanks, a resub Jesus, Sasquatch, and the Prime Zuka, and 5 gift subs Wrath. Thank you for that. The bits Dowland.
story short, I would like to
So she's going to Bali
go
for
to
a
Bali.
while.
And y'all need to stop asking me about this lawsuit. It should not even have been allowed. First of all, for multiple reasons. But for the legal reason was because it's the improper venue.
Cool. Looks like the reality's setting in for her. But it's not decided yet. It looks like she's preemptively trying to flee the country ahead of the lawsuit. Here's the resub. Pi, Fame, Lucy, and the Tier 1 Cat, and the bits Dowland and Brash. And the resub Elias. And the Prime Sunny, Castry, and the resub in prison. No, this is the psychic who blamed that innocent woman for the murders a couple months back. There's a Tier 1 Tito. That wacky lady. There's a resub Freddy. There was a Mustang car chase a couple hours ago. I mean, was it cool, or... Just because it's a Mustang doesn't mean that it's cool. He's a Tier 1 Trippy in the resub Lime, B-dubs, and the Bits Carp. And yeah, I saw that Carp. It's the Prime drop. And the Bits Wes. Is it ABC 7? And there's the resub Asian and the Bits Bad. I have no idea, Bad. And no, Sonia. And thanks to the Bits Sunny and resub Spicy. In Beef. And the resub Dad. So where is the Mustang car chase? There's the resub Travelus. CHP pursuit underway. Oh, it's a Fox 11 chase. Their caster is so much worse than the ABC 7 guy, Chris. There's the resub Wu-Tang, Smooch, and Dick. And Wild Hearts is good, yeah. I've enjoyed it so far. There's your resub Tylenol and Grams. Did he run out of gas? I don't know, we don't have a commentator here to explain what's going on. We need Chris. So, yep, he absolutely ran out of gas, it seems. Man, you're gonna have to fire on the turbo boosters of your ankles there to really start pushing this bitch faster. He forgot to fill up his tank before engaging in the high-speed pursuit. Oh, that's nice. Hopefully they don't charge that guy as like an accomplice. I don't think they knew that this was a a police pursuit. Thanks to resub tees, sheep, lacuna, top hat, savage, rich, and the prime zig. And yeah, I know that channel, Tito. Thanks for the bit, Sylvie. I've actually seen that video too. It was cool. Thanks to resub Eustace. Is this even a police chase at this point, or did we just happen to see some guy's car run out of gas? Nope, here they come. Damn, this guy's fast. Holy shit. Move over, Ezra Miller. Wow, look at him go. That dexterity build. He's gonna hop it. Oh, so graceful too. Now they'll never catch him. Is the officer really not gonna jump over that? Damn, he's gone. We lost him. He could be anywhere now. Wow, they actually... Yeah, wow, he's like, nah, I'm not doing that. Not worth my time. What does he keep doing with his hands? Is he tweaking? Like, I thought he was, like, trying to tell the officer to calm down or something, but this guy's still doing it to, like, ghosts. No, there is no volume. It's just, they don't have audio for this. They don't have a caster or anyone in the chopper. $7-11, baby. He's made it to safety. Thanks to resub Cheetah, Carlito, Mikey, Father, Laggy, Wet, Kaiser, Clog, and Tier 1 Massive in the Prime Loca, and Alto. Oh shit, he's bolting out of there again. That'll be the last time you ever see him. He's done it again. Oh, are they boxing him in? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't engage in a foot race with this guy. That'll be the last mistake you ever make. Oh! Oh! Here comes the dodges. Some broken tackles. Oh, you had the taser out. Damn. They got him. Not even he's slippery enough to get out of this one. Thanks to the resub Jet, Dreadnought, Dynamic, and Golem. Could have jumped the fence. This guy could hardly jog. I think there is a 0% chance he could have jumped that fence. He couldn't outrun Peter Griffin. Hey, he almost did. He almost pulled it off. Thanks to resub Glump, Cypher, and the bit Sylvie. And Beef. No, I'm definitely doing the English dub for it. I want to hear the cheesiness. Thanks to the bits, Tito. I don't know if I'll do that, Tito, but I'm very familiar with the channel. Thanks to Tier 1 Gray. Atomic Heart's writing is so bad it makes Forspoken look like The Last of Us. Jesus, that's a big statement. Maybe Sylvie, we'll see. Thanks to Tier 1 Larry Bird. And yeah, I've seen a couple of those, Etkin. Did you know that next year's Capcom Cup 10 Street Fighter 6 prize pool is 2 mil? Yeah, I mean, I watched Capcom Cup this year, so I stayed up to date. Still really want a Moist Esports presence in Street Fighter 6. Thanks to the bits, Carp and Bob. Thanks to resub Weeb and Bad. You were pretty nasty at that game, as I understand it, Meadow. Thanks to the resub Cheese. And Marvira and Mind. The bits, Carp. Thanks to resub Spicy. I already watched the chase. It really wasn't a chase, it was just very sad. I have seen those Etkin, they're very cool. Thanks to the Prime Steph and the resub Moav. Thanks to the gift sub Pasta. Did you see the clip of the Bill Clinton kid on Kai's stream? Yeah, I did. I can't remember his name. I think it was Matan. It was an interesting idea, I guess. Thanks to the bits, Mad Dog. And the resub Screw. And the 2 gift subs, Massive. And the resub Chris. Are you excited that Capcom Cup for the next season of Street Fighter 6 this time taking a mill to... Yeah, we were just talking about that. I do want to get a very, very strong player for that. I really enjoyed the previous Capcom Cup. I watched the majority of it. Zin had a crazy run. Thanks to resub Boss Battle. Tonight's plan, Atomic Heart in a little bit. Just get IDOM. IDOM's on X set, but I really do like IDOM. Thanks to resub August, Fluffy, Cobb, and Joseph. And his contract with X set is up pretty soon. I'd love to talk about joining Moist Esports. I think IDOM is amazing. gift sub butt plung. And the prime blee up. Thanks to the bits Sunny and Etkin. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a little while though, Etkin. I know Surveillance Cameraman. He used to put. He was God. He wasn't the one with the puppet, I don't think, was he? No. Surveillance Cameraman was just the guy that kept going into businesses, recording them, and then he'd make a big stink when he was asked to leave. I don't know if he still does that though. I also didn't know that that person was part of Vagrant Holiday, if that is the case. Ant-Man currently tied with Eternals is the worst rated movie on Rotten Tomatoes. You mean worst rated MCU movie? Yeah. Thanks to resub Big X and Anoya. Ant-Man was fucking phenomenal. To each their own, I guess. I thought it was very, very, very mediocre. And MODOK, they shouldn't have even bothered. That was miserable. Everything he was in was fucking miserable. Thanks to resub Trooper, Branch, and Toast. MODOK was sick. He didn't do anything except get laughed at. He literally just did nothing except get laughed at until the very end, where even like his big triumphant moment was a joke. His whole character was a fucking joke. It was a waste of time. Exit tier 1 sub. That's how he was in the comics. Yeah, I don't know MODOK in the comics. Maybe that was his whole thing in the comics too, but doesn't make it any better on the big screen. It was still pretty shit. He looked terrible. Looked like George Lopez out of Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Did nothing. He's a prime bat. He was cool in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. He's the resub Chief Keef. The prime Smash Mouth. The first hearing of Gonzalez versus Google was today. What's your stance? I already talked about my stance. It was a very real problem YouTube had, but the solution Gonzalez is proposing, which pokes holes in Section 230, is an absolute nuclear disaster for the internet. How'd the hearing go? I didn't know that started today. Let's take a peek. There's a resub Omni. Takeaways from today's oral arguments in Gonzalez versus Google and how it could reshape the internet. Here we go. Supreme Court appears broadly concerned Tuesday about the potential unintended consequences of allowing websites to be sued for their automatic recommendations of user content, highlighting the challenges facing attorneys that want to hold Google accountable for suggesting YouTube videos created by terrorist groups. For nearly 3 hours, the 9 justices peppered attorneys representing Google, the U.S. government, and the family of Nohemi Gonzalez, an American student killed in a 2015 ISIS attack in Paris, with questions about how the court could design a ruling that exposes harmful content recommendations to liability while still protecting innocuous ones. How or if the court draws that line could have significant implications for the way websites choose to rank, display, and promote content to the users as they seek to avoid a litigation minefield. I'm glad they at least recognized the potential danger of just completely fucking the system as it is. As for the solution, I still think it's just going to be a moderation solution. The attorneys for the Gonzalez family argued that narrowing Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, the federal law protecting websites' right to moderate their platforms as they see fit, would not lead to sweeping consequences for the internet, but both court liberals and conservatives worried about the impact of such a decision on everything from pilaf recipes from Uzbekistan to individual users of YouTube, Twitter, and other social media platforms. Justices are worried about a wave of lawsuits and disruption to the internet. A big concern of the justices seemed to be the wave of lawsuits that could happen if the court rules against Google. Lawsuits will be non-stop, Justice Brett Kavanaugh said at one point. This is surprising to read. Regardless of the political spectrum, both sides can agree that this is an overwhelmingly dangerous thing for the entirety of the internet. That's reassuring to read. Is the resub Arc, Abby, Tile, Ricky, and Electrum. AI would definitely mess up at some point for ads. Well, it's not an ads thing. The argument is what happened, YouTube recommended ISIS recruitment videos. It radicalized people. It led to a terror attack. That's the problem. Now, what is the solution? Gonzalez is arguing that they need to narrow the Section 230 protections that would hold YouTube accountable for those recommendations. And everyone can see why that would be a problem. Because that would reshape the entirety of the internet. If the platforms are going to be held liable for recommendations like that, it would change everything. Thanks to resub Simu and the Prime Random. I know, he was great, Logan. But Eric Schnapper, what a name, representing the plaintiffs, argued a ruling for Gonzalez would not have far-reaching effects because even if websites could face new liability as a result of the ruling, most suits would likely be thrown out. I love that word, likely. The implications are limited, Schnapper said, because the kind of circumstances in which a recommendation would be actionable are limited, but they're not. They're not at all. Later, Justice Elena Kagan warned that narrowing Section 230 could lead to a wave of lawsuits, even if many of them would eventually be thrown out in line of questioning with U.S. Deputy Solicitor General Malcolm Stewart. You're creating a world of lawsuits, Kagan said. Really, anytime you have content, you also have these presentational and prioritization choices that can be subject to a suit. Chief Justice John Roberts mused that under a narrowed version of Section 230, terrorism-related cases might only be a small share of a much wider range of future lawsuits against websites alleging antitrust violations, discrimination, defamation, and infliction of emotional distress, just to name a few. I am shocked reading this. I thought this would 100% tug on that fear that a lot of old people have of the internet, because it did lead to a legitimate terror attack. The YouTube recommendations of the ISIS videos led to a terror attack. I thought they would throw common sense out of the window, but it seems like they're still somehow keeping their wits about them here, recognizing all of the implications. That is shocking. That is actually shocking. Thanks to the resub Hippie, Kintai, Chris, Shadow, and the Tier 1 Colby. And the resub Snitch. No, it's not decided yet, but this is the first hearing, and they actually seem to know their shit. So, that's at least somewhat reassuring. Thanks for the gift sub, Jervin, and resub Charlie. Yeah, it would affect everything on the internet, Kachow. It's not like even in CNN's article, for God's sakes, they are talking about how it would reshape the internet should it be ruled in Gonzalez's favor over Google. It'd have consequences for everything. Yeah. Google has lawyers worth more than true. I guess the Google lawyers must have really explained it super well. Because yeah, it is shocking what I'm reading here. Like they actually do understand it, which I feel like is never the case with anything tech related. So yeah, it must have been explained to them super well. Thanks, Resub Scully. And yeah, I have seen Legal Eagle's video on it. It was very good. Did you see Bungie's lawsuit update? I did not. Which one? They're suing like 9 different people. Destiny developer Bungie wins their $4.3 million anti-cheating lawsuit. So this was against one of the cheat companies. It's Aim Junkies too. That's the one that was taking shots at Cr1TiKaL, right? I'm pretty sure that was Aim Junkies. Right? The resub Coop and Pirate. Yeah, it was. I thought so. They had a goddamn clown running their emails. They'd keep sending like the cringiest shit to Cr1TiKaL, like talking shit for no reason. Last August, Aim Junkies' parent company Phoenix Digital Group released an aggressive statement against Bungie that read in part, Bungie and their counsel apparently believe the more shit you throw at a wall, the greater the possibility of something sticking with the court, no matter how ridiculous or absurd it is in the real world. At the time, the company said its features should be officially implemented into Destiny 2. As of November, it seemed the legal battle was starting to lean in Bungie's favor. They make cheats. Like, they just straight up make cheats. Nice. Following this legal victory, Bungie has filed another similar suit against Lavi Cheats for $6.7 million. Wow. Goddamn. I think they reset Bing in blue. The Prime Draketh. It stuck to the wall. This shit did stick to the wall, it seems. Rest in peace, Aim Junkies. Thanks, Resub Joy Boy. Why in the fuck do they care so much? Who, Aim Junkies or Bungie? I mean, I think it's great. I always think it's a good thing when a company, like a game company, comes out against cheaters. Like, I think that is always just a net positive thing for the game. Obviously. I don't know how you, like, think that it's bad. Now, if we're talking about modding, that's always bad if the company goes against modders, because it's a single player game, you're modding for single player, who gives a fuck? But like in an actual multiplayer game, nah, you gotta strike that shit down. You've got to slap that shit down. Otherwise, you end up with a situation like fucking Warzone where everyone's cheating and it's miserable for everyone who's not cheating. Thanks, Resub, kidding. The Prime Bell and resub Joestar. Switch ruined Monster Hunter Rise. It could have been so much more. Alright, man. I mean, I guess you'll get no argument from me. How much money do you think they lose when people stop playing because of cheaters? Hope this becomes common practice. Fuck the cheaters. I mean, I have no way of knowing how much money they lose. I think it's not a small amount. Like, a lot of people straight up quit games if they can't actually play without getting, like, aimbotted or have cheaters. Fuck them. Like, 100%. It takes a huge toll on player count. If you let the cheaters go unencumbered, it ruins you, like, the normal people, so you get less players. Like, that's just straight up. Xerisa blurred. Yeah, I'm gonna try Sons of the Forest, but I don't have any big expectations. That's a good point, Duncan. Apex had a huge problem with cheaters early on. You couldn't play a game without running into a cheater. Do you think Valve will crack down on bots in Team Fortress? They just announced that they're doing a new update for the first time in years. So, yeah. I think so. Thanks, resub kill command. Heard that update was a lie? Oh, what? No. They took it back? Wait, what? No, there's no way. That wouldn't make any sense. Why would they even bother publicizing it if they were going to change their mind? Surely they wouldn't have released that without even starting. Let me see. I haven't heard that. Oh. Valve edits blog post walking back Team Fortress 2 hype. Oh, yikes. How? How do they still manage to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory? It was pretty cool last week when Valve developers of Team Fortress 2 said the game was getting a full-on update-sized update. It is less cool a week later to find out the company has edited that announcement post in an attempt to pump everyone's brakes. The last few Team Fortress Summer events have only been item updates, but this year we're planning on shipping a full-on update-sized update with items, maps, taunts, unusual effects, war paints, and who knows what else, which means we need Steam Workshop content. Your Steam Workshop content. So that was the original one. Here's how it looks today. The last Team Fortress Summer events have only been item updates, but this year we're planning on shipping a full-on holiday-sized updates with items, maps, oh, yikes. And other community contributed fixes for the game, which means we need Steam Workshop content. Your Steam Workshop content. Well, yeah, that's not nearly as cool. What a shame. Thanks to the resub. Azarok and gift sub flawless. Thanks to the resub wire. Thanks for the bits, Crow. Valve just announced they're banning 40,000 Dota cheaters today. Well, that's good. That's good news, at least. You plan on watching the new Demon Slayer movie? There's a new Demon Slayer movie? I mean, yeah, I'll watch it. I like Demon Slayer. Don't really understand the mentality of cheating in PvP games. I mean, I used to not understand it either, but then I just realized it's just a completely different audience. Like the people that cheat in a game, like we'll use Destiny. Well, we won't even use Destiny. Let's use something a little more broad and relatable. Warzone, right? The reason they're cheating in Warzone is for flexes mainly. Like they're not cheating because they enjoy it or it makes it fun. It's just they're cheating so they can have something to flex. Same reason people used to cheat in Fall Guys to flex their crowns. No one actually enjoys the cheating aspect of it. They just enjoy the reward of it. Sell accounts with camos. Oh, true. I guess that would work for Call of Duty. Yeah, you could sell accounts that have rare camos. So yeah, maybe even a financial incentive. There's a Prime DMQ in the gift sub face. The saddest cheaters are the ones that are so bad at the game they brainwash themselves to think the people they're losing to are all cheaters. I actually love the super shit cheaters. We used to see them a lot in Apex back in like season 1. You would have someone that was blatantly aimbotting, but they didn't know how to like move or slide, so what would end up happening a lot of times is they'd like absolutely laser beam someone from across the map, but then they wouldn't know how to like move around much, so then they just get like fucking third partied and insta killed because they were so shit. So they wouldn't put their gun away to like move around. They wouldn't. It was just a disaster watching them actually try and play. There's a tier 1 Crim in the resub Oscar. Clara moment. Oh, that one's such a classic too. Clara. CSGO cheater, absolutely iconic. She was using wall hacks. She could see the enemy team coming around the corner through the wall, still missed every shot, still died, and then she pulled off the iconic Clara, blaming Clara. That's still probably one of the best Twitch moments, I would argue. Thanks for resub Prime. Can we watch the video? Yeah, I'll show the clip real quick. Oh, actually, I can't. She's a banned streamer. I don't think I can actually pull that up on stream. I don't know what their rules are about, like, legacy banned streamers. That's like OG, 6 years ago. Can't remember who said it, but the best players make the best cheaters. Yeah, so we talked about this at some point. I don't remember where, but a lot of times, some of the people that cheat are the ones that are right on the cusp of being like pro level. Like it's people that are very close to being in that upper echelon, and they just need something, so they'll turn to cheats. That happens quite a bit. Thanks a resub, Kaze. There's a video for cheating on YouTube. No, Twitch. It's a Twitch rule. You can't show banned streamers. And I don't know how strict they are on a streamer that's been banned for fucking 10 years, but I'm not gonna risk it. Like an athlete doing steroids just need one more stat boost. Good way of looking at it, yeah. Thanks a resub, Jkez. Did you see the new Kazuya trailer? Fucking badass. I did, it was very badass. I am so hyped for Tekken 8. Oh. I thought this was the one right there, but that's Riddles watching it. Exhibits remains. Holy shit, new trailer. I know. I am very optimistic for this. Are you gonna get into Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6 both as player and esports for Team Moist? Yeah, that's the plan. I wouldn't even say I'm shit at Tekken either. So Tekken, I feel like I'll come in and do decent. Street Fighter, I am truly dog shit. So that's gonna be coming from ground zero. One button Eddie spam. It was never one button Eddie spam. It was tactical Eddie mix-ups. Exit tier 1 Zane. Eddie's good though. I don't think so. How long ago was it? A couple months ago they did a patch, little balancing changes, and Eddie got a little bit of love, but he is still unanimously considered the worst character in Tekken 7. So no, Eddie's not very good. Thanks to the resub Imperial and Sonic. That's not true. What the fuck? It is. I've watched quite a bit of Tekken content, trying to get a handle on Tekken 7 tier lists and everything. So I'd have some baseline of going into Tekken 8, even though I don't think it's going to transfer much. And on every single tier list, Eddie was literally the bottom. Here, actually, let me see. Unless there's been a new patch that's come out recently. Despite quite a few buffs, Eddie is still the worst. This was 6 months ago, though, so I don't know if he got a new one. No, it looks like that's still the newest one. And still considered the worst, at least by a decent bit of people. Thanks, resub Agonomics. Why do you play him if he sucks? Because he's fucking awesome. Eddie Gordo is so cool. He is such a cool character. I think he's so. I think he's so fun. Even if he's like bad, he's fun. And no, I haven't heard of that Naruto. I think he'll be back in Tekken 8. Well, I haven't seen anything about him in Tekken 8, but I'll take your word for it. That would be cool. Have you talked about the raw meat experiment, or are you on Big Grill's payroll? What the fuck is the raw meat experiment? Thanks, a resub Kroob. Are we talking about that guy who eats raw liver and shit? No, there's a whole community of raw meat eaters. I don't think that's what he's talking about. Thanks, the resub Koi and Penis. How do you even eat raw meat and not get constant food poisoning? That's what I don't understand, to be honest. There's definitely a way to do it. You have to prep it in a certain way for like beef. You can't eat raw chicken though. I've even in the raw meat eater community, I've never seen someone eat raw poultry. So I think it's only beef that you can do it with, and pork. I've seen pork a little bit, but past that, I don't think you can. Thanks to the resub Zion. There's people that eat rotten meat. Yeah, there's a whole community. They also eat things called high meat, which is where they let raw meat ferment for like 2 months and it just becomes this giant pile of brown ooze and they eat it. Raw pork is by far the most dangerous. Hey, tell them, not me. I'm not eating raw pork. That ain't me, brother. Raw fish is common. Well, that's not what we're talking about, though. Raw fish is common with like sushi and shit. You can prep fish to eat raw. Sushi grade. Thanks to resub Delusional, Sofka, and the Prime Hammy. In Japan, some restaurants serve raw chicken. Really? That's news to me. I thought that was like the one that you could never eat raw no matter how you prep it. But then again, they also have fuku, which is literally one of the most. It's from a puffer fish. It's like the most venomous thing imaginable, or most. Is it poisonous or venomous? Hold on. No. What? What is the video we watched? Top 10 most poisonous shit in the world. It is poison. Okay. I couldn't remember if it was poison or venom. But yeah, it's number 2 on that list with a pufferfish poison. And yet they prepare it in a way where you can eat it, but if it's prepared wrong, you just die.